Hello, today I'd like to share with you on how to decode the Yikam Xiulim Tao Creed so that we can all together keep a part of 1848 Red Boat Wing Chun Queen cultural heritage alive. This creed, Yikam Creed, belongs to all of us Wing Chunner. So in my humble opinion, we need to keep it alive because it is our cultural heritage. So, the goal of the practice of Kung Fu at 1848 and before is strengthen the body and self-defense. That is the goals of the Chinese who practice the art of that time. And in order to do self-defense, be able to do self-defense, quick in mind and fast in movement is the key. Okay, so this is how a traditional Chinese, when they practice Kung Fu, that is their goal of practice in the ancient time. As for how to implement it, let me briefly introduce you to every element of it. Okay, and also this element actually is what is needed to be able to decode the Yikam Xiulim Tao Creed or the Wing Chun Queen Creed in the Red Boat era 1848. This way we be able to know what they are talking about at that time. Okay, because today's even the Chinese do not really have a full clear view on what happened on the culture, how they represent it in 1848, because today's modernizations has evolved a big part of the Chinese culture. So only those who study the classical ancient Chinese will see this. Okay, and so it is really really tough for us in the West to understand what's going on if we do not see these basics. Okay, so let's start with this one body with 6 core elements. This is very key, major point on how the ancient Chinese in 1848 or before that thing. Okay, this is the way how their system. So one body, within the one body, actually they have 6 core elements. Okay, so there's physical, there's mind, there's breathing, there's chi flow, there's force flow, and there's momentum. And all this, when they integrate together, it is a one body. Okay, so we want to differentiate it out or separate it up to 6 so that we be able to understand what's going on instead of just looking at one, and we will get lost and confused if we just look at things at once. Okay, so this 6 elements is whatever within that one body. Okay, so you can think about it like come with different layers. Okay, one on top the others. Okay, so let's go through one by one so that I'd like to share with you the minimum we need to understand. Okay, what happened. So the first is the physical. Physical, one need to know the 7 bowls. Okay, because only we know the 7 bowls, we can handle the body properly. And for those who would like to know more about the 7 bowls in details, please view my YouTube on the 7 bowls and the feet bowls. That will give you a more more details description there. Okay, so this is a set of the physical. This is the basic layer, and without this layer, all other layer doesn't really works. Okay, so everything need to have a physical layer. Okay. Now, the second is the mind layer. As we know, the basic of the mind layer, the minimum we need to know is the thinking, the intention, the visualizations, and the awareness. The four functions which we can switch back and forth. Okay, and this type of knowledge come from where? Come from Buddhism. Okay, Buddhism, and Taoism too. Okay, but mostly it will be Buddhism, so that is very clearly it defines what is what. So if we today want to understand in depth of this thinking, intention, visualizations, awareness, we need to go to read the Buddhisms and Taoism classic. Okay, that's where we learn this stuff. Okay. The third is the breathing. Okay, the breathing element. The breathing element, of course, it deal with inhale, exhale, and lower abs breathing. This is the minimum one need to know about this element or this layer. Okay. Now, the next is the chi flow elements or the chi flow layers. In this layer, one need to know the 12 meridians of the body, the 8 special channel, chi accumulations, how to do chi accumulations, the yin and yang meridians. Okay, what happened is that in the 12 meridians, in the 12 meridians, there's yin and yang meridians, and this is how the chi flow in the body. Okay, and that is one thing need to call for attention is the yang sing and yin rise. Okay, what happened is that in the yin and yang meridians, there's a rule of or a law of the yang meridians, like in this chart, the yang meridians flowing downward and the yin meridian rising upward. Okay, so this is important thing, okay, to know, because this is how the body, the chi in the body flow. Okay, and actually in the Chinese martial arts or in the healing arts, one make use of this yang sing and yin rise rule to design their movement or their training. One do not violating this. Okay, but one make use of it. And if one want to know about this thing, one need to go study in the traditional Chinese medicines and some Taoism classic too. Okay, because this is belong to that part of the Chinese culture. Okay. Now, the next one is the force flow or the Jing. Jing is dealing with the force flow in the body, and dealing the force flow of the body, the minimum one need to know is the force and the force flow. What is force? How to generate force, and what is the force flow? The force flow path. Okay, so in other words, in order to have the force flow in the one's body, one need to have the force flow path. Otherwise, it doesn't flow. Okay. So basically, one use the 7 bowls to form this highway, this force flow highway, so one can use it. Okay, and of course, one will have to deal with the action and reaction force. Okay, action and reaction force, and is a straight force or is a spiral force. Okay, so these are the basic minimum need to know or understand in the force flow elements. Okay. Now, the last one is the momentum. Okay. Momentum is like a snowball, where it roll down from a hill. There's the momentum. So momentum elements actually is the combinations of the elements of the physical element or physical layer and the force flow. Okay, so when this combine, you get the momentum. Okay, and this is very important in the martial art application, because in the Chinese martial art, momentum is what they play with, both our own momentum and the enemies or the opponent's momentum. In Wing Chun wise, the momentum will be capture the center line, capture the center line, and direct momentum, like the direct roll down of the small ball, and the roundabout, okay, which is if it cannot roll direct down, it go roundabout, okay, and of course return to the center, meaning that it always going down to the lowest path, okay. So in Wing Chun, we always have this direct momentum, like directly capture the center line, and then going roundabout if we meet hindrance, and then if we oops or we make a mistake, we always have to return to the center. Those are the momentum. Okay, so one know that a single body, like in the ancient time when they talk about the single body, a body development, they have all these elements within that. So it is actually really inefficient or ineffective if we just go training something without knowing each individual elements or component and know what is it, the basic minimum within that element we should know. Because you have say 6 elements here, and if each elements have a 12 thing, which is if each element which is have a 2-3 thing which is important to play with that particular elements, then you end up with 30-40 things that we don't know, and if we are not sure of it and we're guessing, then we'll never get to have a clear picture of what's going on and how to develop the thing. And I'd like to call your attention for one thing, which is usually people, Chinese martial art usually like to talk about qi and jing. Well, so what is qi jing? Qi jing is actually a combination of breathing, qi flow, and force flow. That's why they call it qi jing. It's not jing, it's not qi, but it is a combination of this thing. Okay, so one must not thinking, oh, I have a qi can do a lot of things like magic. Okay, or just think about mechanical, the force flow. No, this is a combinations. Okay, and you can think about this like something like the hydraulic there. Okay, it is not purely mechanical. You have the hydraulic in the system. Okay, so for example, breathing, we know there is the what they call that, the inhale and exhale for the breathing. Okay, let me get this thickness. Okay, so you have the breathing, you have the inhale and the exhale. Remember the qi flow, we talk about the yang xing and the yin rise. Also the force flow, we talk about the path, action and reaction force. In qi jing, all of these are lumped together. Okay, so that's how they are training. So their force handling, their force flow handling actually is related and is designed by design with all of this thing. Okay, so we must be careful here, because it is not a